Hey you, this is Intimidating Scones. Welcome back to Minecraft. And I have to tell you, the sun is in my eyes, even through the blinds. It's ridiculous. But I'm gonna try to game anyway, because it's about time I start a project in Minecraft. Um, but I'm not really one to plan my projects out. I sort of start and go and hope for the best. So let's see how that goes. But last week was really intense. I talked about some pretty dark stuff, and I thought I would kind of pull it back and um, talk a little bit about just some advice if you are looking at getting into writing or you really like creative writing and you want to step up your game. And one of the things that I can tell you right now is don't listen to advice. That is my number one word of advice. And no, come back. Don't turn off the video. I have more advice. The reason I start out saying that, the entire reason, is because professional writers tend to figure out what works best for them. And that is what they end up doing. Whoops, you're not supposed to be there. And that's good. You need to figure out what works best for you. But then they give this advice of this is the only way to do things. And that's really ridiculous. So when I say don't listen to advice, what I actually mean is more along the line of um, remember that every artist is a little bit different. Um, and other people may have advice that works really well for them, but they don't really, oh, that's right. They changed that. When you make one door, you get three. So I just totally made way more doors than I need. That's okay. Something to burn later, right? Um, so they tend to give this advice saying that it's law. It's how real writers do things. Hmm. I forgot that doors are super annoying where you can't put them on half slabs. Right. It's okay. I know how to fix this. I just have to take everything back up. Man, maybe I should like bring a bed over here so I don't have to run back home every time it gets dark. Especially since, oh well, who cares? So, definitely my first word of advice is to remember that writing is an art, and you are the artist. You get to decide what works well for you and what doesn't. There is no set of rules that every writer must abide by. And there's no set of rules that will work uniformly for every person every time. So my biggest advice would definitely be try things out and decide what works well for you and what doesn't, and figure out why it doesn't work well for you and what doesn't. So, for example, I had one writer tell me, never have something that you must have in order to write. Like she said, some people say they must have their glass of wine to write. Never do that because one day you're going to sit down and be like, oh, I don't have any more wine. Oh, well, I don't have to write today. I guess I'll just wait until I get more wine. I understand the purpose behind that, and I agree with the purpose behind that. But I do this. I write with tea. I like to have my cup of tea when I write. And the reason I do this is because um, when when I'm thinking about what I'm doing, like what's going to happen next in the story, or I get stuck on a problem in a story, I can get up and refresh my cup of tea. I keep the teapot in the kitchen. I keep all the sugar and such in the kitchen. Oh man, am I really going to dig my entire just so I can build it on half slabs? Am I? No, no, I'm not actually going to do this. See what I mean about not planning anything out? Seemed like a good idea until I made the shovel and started using it. So, all right, we're going back to this. And then I'm just going to do this because I created a ton of half slabs and now I'm not even going to use them. Brilliant. I wish you could turn half slabs back. I wonder if you can. Nope. Nope. Well, that's something for them to consider for next time. Hey, devs. Anyway, maybe I should just whip these out and hold on to the half slabs for later since I've got plenty of trees around. Especially since there are actually stairs leading up. Although I don't know. They're pretty steep, so the half slabs don't make sense for the stairs. Yeah, did I say what I was making? That this is the project I'm doing is the duplex, or at least my half of the duplex that I live in, which was built in 1890. And I'm going to recreate it in Minecraft because it's a pretty cool place. Okay. So while I do break this rule for this other artist that she would not have one thing that she had to have in order to do her writing, I do have that. But I have the rule that if I don't have tea, I have to write anyway. So knowing other people's rules and why they have them, you can make up your own and your own decision as to why you have that rule. So while she has the rule, must must always have, or can never have this requirement of item necessary to write. I say can never have item necessary to write where I will not write because I don't have it. Does that make sense? Clear as mud? Good. So that's sort of something to keep in mind, that if you listen to other people's rules, you can sort of decide for yourself what works for you and why. All right. Oh my gosh, the sun in my eyes. I need like a visor just to play Minecraft. This is the thing it's hard for recreation in Minecraft because you have to have an entire block for walls, whereas in real life walls are often actually quite thin. So I'll probably end up bordering everything like this. So this is actually my porch, which it is I guess I shouldn't be doing it like that because it is a screened-in porch. And I don't know how I'm going to um, how I'm going to do that, because what they actually did was, instead of screening the whole thing, some genius took a bunch of old screen doors and put them up around the border, and then, painted it all one color. And it's, you can't actually tell because they were really nice wooden doors, but when you realize what it is, it feels a little ridiculous. But that's the whole quirk of my apartment. It is ridiculous. And I kind of love it for it. So other things that I definitely want to give writers advice on is talking to critics. And I'm not talking like trained professional critics. I'm talking the average person who has decided they are going to be the judge of your work. I need to run back for stone from my kitchen. So people who, they may not even necessarily like reading, but they've taken it upon themselves to give you advice. Again, you are the artist. You know what you're doing. You wouldn't like writing if you didn't like figuring out what works and what doesn't work. And you may not even be to the point where everything you do has some huge reasoning behind it. Do I have more of this somewhere? Did I dump some of that someplace? I mean, seriously. I guess I can go, dig some up. I guess I'm gonna have to. So, one of the things is oftentimes people don't know what is useful criticism. Someone, and I say this, I hesitate to say this because I'm not a big fan of this person to begin with, but someone I know posted this thing to Facebook talking about what is good criticism, except it was a really sarcastic sort of anti-letter to the editor, letter to the new author kind of thing going on. And like the whole idea was complaining about how writers don't know how to take criticism, that all they want is someone to tell them that they are fantastic at what they do. And let's be honest, new writers, they need encouragement. That's not anything you should be shaming a writer over. But what it was stuff like this sarcastic tongue-in-cheek of what constitutes good criticism. The following is good criticism. Oh, wow, I loved it. Everything you did was perfect. Keep doing more like this. This is the only thing that is useful. The following is awful criticism. Never say things like, your story is just My Little Ponies with emo robots. This wasn't engaging at all. And the whole point of the article was that, or I say article, but it was more of a rant, was that what writers need is constructive criticism, such as telling them their story is a knockoff of someone else's story. And that's actually kind of ridiculous. Both of those were examples of criticism that didn't help. Criticism that, isn't useful, because let's be honest, My Little Ponies with emo robots done well could be fantastic. Who's saying this is a bad thing? This person has no sense of humor at all. So basically, a lot of people, even when they think they know what good criticism is, because this person obviously knew that saying things along the line of, why do I keep doing it like that? Hold the right button. Um, Saying things like, this is perfect, don't change a thing, isn't going to help someone grow as a writer. But at the same time, oops, what am I doing? Don't know what I'm doing clearly. At the same time, um, they don't know what will help. So never expect that a non-writer will know what they're doing better than you. And that was one of the most difficult things for me to figure out as a young writer, was to realize that, oh crap, I know what I'm doing way more than anybody else. Here we go. That's about the size in my living room. Oh good, I have more. I was like, it's way too early to have to go chop. Yeah? Yes? No? This doesn't seem right. Do, 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 do. Oh, therein lies the problem. That's weird, because, oh, well, maybe I made the porch too big. Oh, here's another problem. Well, let's just go with it. Let's just go with it, because, again, this problem of Minecraft, you have to have these really big walls. This wall is not this big. So as a result, this is what we get. So this is just going to have to be a thing. No, you away. So let's talk about what actually, wow, this living room is huge compared to my actual living room. Oh well. So let's talk about what actually would work as good criticism. And I know that is sort of a loaded question, because one, there is this problem of criticism, even well-intentioned criticism, it's gonna hurt. Nobody wants to hear it. Nobody, I mean, there are ways to get around it. I mean, writers are going to develop a thick skin. They're either going to develop a thick skin or they're going to quit. There's really no two ways about it. Or they're going to decide that they're never going to let anybody read anything, which I think is perfectly fine. If you want to go Emily Dickens on us, that's fine. Alternatively, listening to people's criticism can be helpful. And so what will make someone value your criticism? Well, the first thing is the person has to value you. Because I had someone tell me something about one of my stories, and I was like, oh, that makes a lot of sense. I really like that idea, but this person's a total jackwagon, and probably has no idea what they're talking about. So, with that said, I'm not actually going to listen to their criticism. And then I had someone I respect tell me exactly the same thing. And I went, okay, I've heard it twice now. And I know this person knows what they're talking about. So I'm actually going to pay attention. I do, but it doesn't matter because it's not enough. Where did that go? Yeah, no, maybe. Not sure. And see, this is, even though this is like the actual size of my bedroom, it feels tiny compared to how big the living room turned out. So that's a thing. I thought I made too many doors, but actually, in reality, this is the number of doors. So just, these doors are nice, pretty glass doors. But yes, I keep one closed and one open because I had to have room here for a chest of drawers. And yes, there is a door into my bedroom the um, from the porch, but it doesn't work. It's sealed up and painted over because apparently, like the other side of the duplex is over here, and I think at some point this was actually some sort of like entryway, and they added a door when they turned it into a duplex, and then they realized this was really more set up to be a bedroom, more so than that room over there. So they sealed up that door and added a door into what is now my living room. Yeah. Details on my house that you probably are not interested in. So anyway, we're talking about what does constitute good criticism. And again, no, so if you are a complete stranger and you're giving someone advice, don't be offended if they're like, okay, I really don't know you. Because that's just sort of a fact that people are going to take advice better from people they know. Let's see. That's about right. And then that. Yes, my kitchen is huge, actually. I'm not even joking. If I'm going to be completely accurate about this, then my bathroom is probably like that big. I don't know who designed this place, but the girl who lives on the other side of the duplex from me, bless her heart, her bathroom is in a coat closet. They transformed a coat closet into. It's not even funny. It's actually hilarious though. Oh, I'm a bad person. Okay, I'm kind of just putting those as placeholders, kind of imagining. Okay, that. Yeah, if Minecraft would not actually be able to handle my bathroom because the sink is there and the toilet is there, and you have to kind of between them. I promise never to make that sound again. And then that would be the bathtub, and that is my bathroom, complete with a window, because back in the day, people liked having light in their bathroom and were not creeped out by the possibility of someone looking in. I guess 1890s, natural light was probably a huge thing in 1890s. So when you give someone, oh yes, that worked fantastically. When you give someone advice, do it in a respectful manner, because if the person sees that the advice is comes with respect, they are more likely to take it. And the sort of things that are useful are the sort of things you wouldn't think that are useful. For example, if you don't know by now that I write high fantasy, what are you doing with yourself? Go over to intimidating-scones.com and read something. So I write high fantasy, and the advice that the guy that I didn't really respect his opinion all that much, I didn't take it, and then someone else told me the same thing, and I was like, okay. So even though I don't think this person is a fantastic human being all the time, he gave me good advice, good writing advice, but I had to hear it from someone else. Anyway, what I'm talking about is both of these people told me that they really like to hear how the magic works. Almost put a little bit of science into it. They were actually both, well, he wasn't a scientist, he was a programmer. But my other friend is a scientist. And they both wanted to, they both liked to sort of have this feel of how does the magic work in this world. It doesn't even have to make scientific sense. It just has to make sense in the world. And I always put a little bit of description, but kind of left a lot of it up to the imagination. And they're like, no, we need more. So they really, like my friend didn't think that, like the second person to tell me this, didn't think that this was much by way of constructive criticism. But that's actually huge. That's really, really good to know, because that's something to take into consideration word-wise, for how many words am I going to dedicate to certain descriptions. I wonder if I should do something for the grates that I have, where heat comes up through the floor. That's something I can think about later. But there, that's pretty much the layout. This is my back door. Actually, this, although I can't do that in Minecraft again, I'll have to extend it just a touch, because we go down to the basement here. And if I was being, oh, I still can't do it. Need more room. Oh, wait. +1, not -1. So that's, you know, good criticism, good advice can come from some unexpected sources. Or you may not expect that what the advice you're giving is, ooh, okay, well, that also means that, so my closet will fall off into the That's okay. I don't really need to have my closet. Um, so you may not realize that you are giving something invaluable to that writer. So the best thing is to not actually try to give writers advice, but rather say what you liked and didn't like. It sounds so easy, but it really is way more true. It's more true than you would think. It's probably, whatever. We're gonna just leave that to trail off into a clod of dirt for now. Where's my doors? Yay! Okay, now let's do the easy part and build the walls up. So just by the fact that they were telling me, yes, I do want to hear what the magic is like, I thought that would bore people. I thought nobody would care. And they do. They definitely care. Do I have any? Yeah. Other things, so some advice for writers themselves. And this is less advice on, you know, how to be a good writer and more, if you want to get better at writing, here's a few things to try. You may not like these exercises, so don't feel obligated to do them if they're not your cup of tea. I get it. Trust me, I get it. But some things to try would be description games. Descriptions are one of the more difficult things to kind of learn as a writer, how to describe things in a way that actually gives you a feel of, like, you can actually see it. I'm doing all this with wood, but the walls are actually painted. So it actually would probably be more like my house if it were, if I did all this with wool. Oh well, too late now. Ha. How many windows do I have in that room? Okay. Sorry, random aside. So a fun game is to get a picture off the internet and then describe it. Just describe it like it's a scene in a story, and or go somewhere. Go somewhere and describe what you are experiencing right then, right there. Oh yeah, I totally said that I was going to do something different here. Okay, stop it. And that will get you some good experience on how to translate visuals into words. Because let's be honest, that's not as easy as it sounds. Woohoo, okay. Now I can just sort of walk around the edge and do this sort of thing. But I don't know why I decided to go too high all of a sudden. That's one of the things. This place has high ceilings. I'm really not sure how that's going to translate into Minecraft, but probably about that high, like this high. One thing, like everyone has these 10 rules of writing, and ignore the fact that they're rules. They're more like they're not even guidelines. That joke is done. The reason they're rules is sort of for the Picasso's reason. Learn the rules so that you can break them like an artist. So some of these rules are things like don't use ly adverbs. That would be a fun game. That would be a really good game to practice with as a writer. Write something and completely avoid ly adverbs. So why is that? Well, oftentimes you can say something, with an ly adverb that you could have said more interestingly. Yeah, this is pretty accurate. Oh, water. Oh, well. It's so funny that there's water right there because in real life, that is my side yard that floods whenever it rains. At least the basement doesn't flood. I'm sure it did at one point. But okay, here's an example of why maybe not to use ly adverbs. So say you're writing about someone, say you write something along the line of, I quickly jerked the wheel to the left so that my car missed the squirrel in the road. The argument would be take out quickly, either because A, jerked implies quickly to begin with, and you can save space. You save words. You want to be concise. Because let's be honest, people have a certain attention span, and if you're looking to sell your work, books really have a particular length. Yes, there's some books that are absolutely huge 1,000-page books, but you kind of have to be Stephen King to have someone pay that kind of money on you. And Stephen King didn't start out writing like that specifically because when he was an unknown, and coming in my back door. No one was going to give him that kind of space before he proved himself. But then once he did, they're like, okay, have all the space you need. So, but it's not just for space only. It's also for, sometimes you can come up with really better descriptors than quickly. Quickly is sort of a meh kind of word. So what could you do instead of quickly? You could probably think of all sorts of things, but people's first response would be add some words, add a metaphor. I jerked the wheel like my life depended on it. That gives a little more of an intent. The person was thinking this is a life or death situation, must miss squirrel. It's really the squirrel's life or death situation. And that leads us to another rule that people say about creative writing, and that is avoid, cool. that is avoid cliches. So maybe you'll spend some time playing around with the whole write a story with no ly adverbs, or avoiding ly adverbs like the plague. But then you can also write a story where you avoid cliches. So basically, you know, because like my life depended on it, you've heard that a million times. That kind of makes it cliche. So what can you say instead of that? Well, one way to take out a cliche is to, and this is one of my favorite solutions, is bring attention to the cliche. Oh, that actually needs to be too high. And that is the other kind of too high. And that I need to get up to. Wow. Let's just throw in know your words as well. Know your two, and two, and there, and there. That was a good example of every two. So bring attention to the fact that it's cliche by saying, I jerked the wheel to the left like my life depended on it, when in reality, the squirrel's life depended on it. Ha ha ha, isn't that cute? Or find a better descriptor for that situation. So let's say, and see, this is where I would sit down and really put some thought into it. I jerked the wheel to the left. I would probably put something with imagery in there. So use one of the senses to really make it feel a little more real. Add some squealing wheels. You know, I jerked the wheel to the left, the wheel's squealing around the squirrel, something like that. You know, what would you do if you were a writer? No, I think I actually wanted it like that. If you were a writer, how would you write that situation? Playing that game of avoid cliches and avoid ly adverbs. So why do I say that this is sort of guidelines or things to practice but not obey? Well, because sometimes ly adverbs are great words, and you don't want to really limit yourself completely like that. Sometimes cliches can add humor if you bring attention to the fact that they're kind of humorous. Yeah. There we go. Very nice, very nice. Of course, this is... My couch is not that big. This is just proof that this living room is getting all the benefit of the huge walls as going into this living room, because this is absolutely enormous for my couch. Did I grabbed it, but I didn't. And this goes here, as I have a cutting board right there. Oh my God, I'd love to have a couch I could actually stretch out on. Love to. And I have not that big by any means. I have a coffee table, which that's actually more like the size of my coffee table, but the couch kind of ends there, so I guess I'll just do this. That's more like it, but it's not this much space here. And we can pretend. It's all okay. And I'm gonna have to go, why am I gonna go that direction? I'm gonna have to go back for some resources. So, other exercises you can do are word exercises. So, have you ever heard the what's commonly known as the best story, or the story with the most emotional impact with the fewest words? Baby shoes for sale, never used. That tells, it's supposed to tell one hell of a story with, what is that, 6 words? Personally, I think it raises a lot of questions with 6 words, and I also bet that if that's a real story, I bet that he was like, I win, when he saw an actual advertisement. It was like, there, that's my most emotional story. And just nabbed it from an actual advertisement. Like maybe just walking around at market, saw that sign. That's my imagination. But yeah, one good exercise is, I'm betting my microphone picked that up. In case you're wondering, I just received a text message. I would let you invade my privacy by reading it to you, but what was I talking about? Oh, words. This one's fun, where you actually set a word limit, or not even a word limit, but a word target, and write a story that hits that word target. I did this for the first time as an assignment in, like, oh man, what was that, 4th grade? Where it was, tell the story of the 3 little pigs in exactly 99 words. And the advice given to me was undershoot, and then undershoot and put in more words. So try to tell the story. It's easier to tell the story in 90 words and add 6 descriptors than it is to tell the story in 115 words and have to cut out 15 words. Okay. I guess I need my cutting board. I love that it's the side with the saw because in reality it actually has drawers, and I keep spices in it. And actually, technically, I would do it too wide. I should probably just go ahead and do that. But again, it's the saw side. No, that's wrong. That's not how you make a thing. Oh, I put the trees. Oh well, there's probably more. I'll grab this and see if there's any more trees down here. So one of the things, like, instead of telling telling the story of the three little pigs in exactly 99 words. You can either use one of your ideas and try to hit a target, and I would suggest start with either a very simple story or a very easy target. So an easy target would be like 500 words. Or a very simple story like Three Little Pigs and a lot fewer words. Now, you're going to be like, oh my God, these seem like such huge words, or a huge number of words, but oh, it's so not. Not even remotely. 99 words is nothing. Professional writers write 1,000 words a day easily. I don't actually write 1,000 words a day because I have a day job. I have to do my day job. I would definitely write 1,000 words a day. Hey, that's a minecart, not a cauldron. I don't need a minecart. How do you do a cauldron? That's a bucket. How do you do a cauldron? Crap. Oh, like that? Nope. I can't believe I don't know how to make a cauldron. Yeah? Aha! Then, again, it's a wrong color, but that's fine. This is how I always designate a refrigerator whenever I make recreations. It doesn't much look like a refrigerator, but that part does, and this part acts like it. So, that. And I need... Nope, that's not the right button. No, crap. Okay, you know what? Fine. We'll just do it the old-fashioned way, okay? Because you're cranky. Persnickety is what you are. I wonder if will it stay if I do it? It's the question. Wonder why I won't do it. Maybe it can't. That's a possibility. Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm actually gonna... Oh, crap. That's not what I meant to do. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take this back off. And... Actually, that's pretty accurate. That is pretty accurate of what it looks like. Oh my God. I have such a strange and quirky home. No, you're in the wrong spot. Oh, that's actually not accurate. You need to... It's more like that and that. And then Nope. There. That is actually really accurate of what it looks like, except there's also a little more countertop there. There is an actual gap there, and then another shelf there, except the stair decided it wanted to go upside down, because I guess that's what a lot of people do. Yeah. And then another just blank spot there. Yep, that's my kitchen in a nutshell. There is a closet there, which I guess I could just put a door there. Yeah, I have one more door. But the door is going to go nowhere because, yeah. This is super accurate. This is my home in a nutshell. And then I don't know what I would do for bathroom furnishings. Oh, I didn't put the creepy window in. I have to have my creepy window. Doop-de-doo. And actually, that's not there. We'll just, there, my window unit. And the cable comes in right here, so my internet comes in right there. But let me show you where my desk is. There, that's my desk. Right there, in a nutshell. Wasn't there sheep around somewhere? Yeah, look at that. So if you guys decide to give any of these games a try, definitely link me. I don't think you can actually link in the comments. But you can contact me. There is a contact page on my website. And I'd love to see some of the things you guys write up using any of these games. So let me know which game you choose. If you choose to do the describe a picture game, I wonder if I'm gonna do this in time or if I'm gonna spawn a creeper in my bedroom. That would be super sad. I would be totally sad if that happened. Quickly, quickly. I don't think that bed went all the way up to... No, it didn't. There it goes. Okay. And actually, let's be honest. I have a decent sized bed. So yeah, I would totally read. Although that looks more like a queen bed. I do not have a queen size, but I don't think this game so much differentiates between those. And so try the no ly adverbs game, and maybe even tell me, or if you don't want me to read it, try the game and tell me how it went. That might be fun too. Again, Minecraft giving me more room than more room than actually exists. Yeah, that's actually kind of more accurate. I don't know what that shelving there, why that is there in my on my porch, but it is. I don't know how I'm going to depict screen doors. Really no clue about that. And but maybe tell me if you liked um, if you liked the game or if you learned something from it. Oh, you know what? I didn't think about that. That door is actually um, coming into my bedroom a little bit. That's probably why this feels. I said it didn't feel very big um, earlier, but compared to the size of the bed, it's enormous. Okay. Anyway, apparently you can't stack beds. And then I have a bedside table. There, my gorgeous bedside table. Uh, yeah. I'm actually so close to finishing this that I'm just gonna go ahead and finish it, but this is a really stupid long video. Hey, what are you doing? Why aren't you doing the things you're supposed to be doing? I don't think I needed that many, but that's how many I got. I actually, no, because it does protrude. No, that's exactly what I just did. I apparently can't tell. I want to get the upper half, but oh wait, no. It's like that. Yeah, that's actually fairly accurate. Nope. Nope. So many problems. It's not even remotely close. Why? No. Ugh, I should just give up. I should just give up. Okay, so apparently it was enough stairs. But, oh, why? Why? Oh, I don't have any more. Crud. Problems. Problems. We're just gonna break this. And it's gonna go away. Oh, except I also have to punch this. And it's going to take longer. And I'm not going to care. I am done caring. I'm done caring. Okay. So other than I have a chest of drawers at the foot of my bed, or not a chest of drawers, a chest, a regular chest at the foot of my bed, and then a bookshelf, and that is pretty much where I live. So I guess I'll go ahead and yeah, that worked out well. Which is funny because the chest I have at the foot of my bed is an itty bitty chest. Itty bitty. But in Minecraft it looks enormous. And so I'm just missing my bookshelf, which I suppose I could go get the resources to make. And I don't know what I'm going to do with this, and I still have my basement to do. But that's all I'm going to do for now because this has gone way too long. All right, well, thanks for hanging out with me. It was fun. Hope you enjoyed it, because I know I did. All right, talk to you next time.